I am totally hijacking the channel this week because I want to talk about the Game Developers Conference. I had an email hit my inbox saying, Jamie, how do I get a job in the game industry? And the first thing I would say is go to the Game Developers Conference. But the Game Developers Conference is actually a game in itself, trying to get into the system, trying to break into the game industry. Definitely a game in itself. And so I'm going to show you the tricks I've used with my students to break them into the game industry in this playlist. But most of it starts at the Game Developers Conference. So I'm going to take you through the entire Games Developers Conference. I had a whole weekend to record videos. And so I'm going to record videos just on the Game Developers Conference because this is a big deal, getting hired. Huge deal. I have way too many students that are rock star, awesome engineers, and they can't talk. They can't communicate. They can't sell themselves. You have to open your mouth and sell yourself. And the easiest place to do that is at the Game Developers Conference. Look, here is the Game Developer Conference website, gdconf.com. You can't probably see that off the top of my screen there. But let's see. It's in a few weeks here, March 14th through the 18th. If you're not planning on going to this and you want to work in the game industry, you need to change your mind and get yourself there. All right, this is awesome way to break into the game industry is by going to the Game Developers Conference. I remember my first time going, I was like, oh, what do I expect? What do I do? Da, da, da. And so the first time, like any first time on any vacation to any spot, and I don't want to call it vacation, but generally your first time going to any spot is a learning experience. And then the second time you come back, and you're like, boom, I want to hit it hard and I know what to do. And so I've done both. I've gone to the Game Developers Conference twice. First time, a huge learning experience. Second time, I went in and I rocked it with all my students. And so I'm going to tell you what we did in this playlist. So if you're interested in getting in the game industry, stick along with this ride. Otherwise, if you're just trying to get in a regular software engineering industry, if you're looking at any regular Joe Schmo company, all you need is a computer science degree and a heartbeat. You'll be fine. I hate to say it that way, but the demand is so high. But if you want to get up to those Google, Silicon Valley level engineering kind of companies, breaking into the game industry is very similar to breaking into those companies. And so a lot of this applies back and forth. So I am glad that you guys are going through my algorithms playlist. No, I'm not. Well, no, it's the algorithms playlist, but surgeon level software engineering playlist. That's what I called it. Keep chugging and plugging on that. Plenty of videos still I have to record and I have backed up to upload there. But all this crosses over back and forth. Social skills, networking, blah, 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 blah. Without further ado, let's talk about the Game Developers Conference. So like I said, Game Developers Conference, March 14th through the 18th, 2016 this year at spring break for most colleges. I believe that's spring break for the University of Utah where I teach. It's in the Moscone Center. I think that's how you say it. Moscone Center, whatever. I looked it up here. It's in San Francisco. By the way, San Francisco's nice, warm, sunny, awesome place to visit this time of year. Instead of Salt Lake, which is freezing right now. So, anyway, not to complain. I can bear with winter. Okay, Game Developers Conference basically occurs in this building here, all underground, this block right here, and then there's a section of the Game Developers Conference that's underground here as well. So all these buildings that we can see have absolutely nothing to do with the Game Developers Conference. The Game Developers Conference is all underground. The Moscone Center pretty much takes up all this, and I'm not sure if this is part of the Moscone Center or not. I think it is. But there you go. I've just circled everything that's Moscone Center. By the way, there's a Chipotle hanging out right here. Yummy, yummy. Any of you Chipotle fans tell me? Actually, here we go. Here is a poll. This is a new YouTube feature. They just messaged me about it. Use this YouTube feature to do a poll. Here is a poll. Tell me, do you like Chipotle or not? Okay, by the way, there's a bunch of other cool eats in here. Anybody like pho? Pho? Do you know what pho is? Here's another poll. Take this poll. Do you like pho? I love pho. There's an excellent pho restaurant right here. Food court, all that good stuff. Okay, I'm dragging on. I absolutely love this. Can I go 3D? I think I can. I'm going to hold down the control key, hold the mouse down, and there we go. 3D. Okay, if you look, this building is super tall, super huge. Lots of huge conference rooms in there and huge escalators. I don't believe I have any pictures to show you what the inside of this is. But basically, you go in here, and this is where all the talks are. Talks from game industry professionals, engineers, artists, game designers, producers, everything. Okay, there's talks on everything. You can go in here. That reminds me, we should talk about the prices, actually. Attend, why attend, passes and prices. Okay, Expo Pass, obviously, if you get the early bird, which is past already, but if you did get the early bird, save a few dollars. Otherwise, $250. Not a huge deal. Eat some top ramen and stuff for a while. You can save up $50. Let's see, Expo Pass. Okay, here's everything you can do in the Expo Pass. You can't do all these things. All right, but if you look here, basically you can do most of the conference with just the Expo Pass. One time, I purchased the All Access Pass, and I ended up not using most of the stuff the All Access Pass gave me access to. If you're looking to just meet people and try to network and break into game industry, which honestly is kind of all you really need from this, in my opinion, the Expo Pass here, if you do the early bird thing, I guess that passed. I can't remember when that passed, but it's $200, $250 for the Expo Pass now. I guess if you walk up and buy it there, it's $250 as well. Here's the Expo Pass, and here's everything you can do with the Expo Pass. Just look at all the check marks right here. You can do most of the conference with the cheapest pass they offer. And the ones I'm interested in, and the ones you'd probably be most interested in, is the Expo Floor and Career Center. This is like the biggest thing there is the Expo Floor, the Career Center. I'll show you some pictures of that. Wednesday through Friday, Career Center is where you go meet people and apply for jobs and things like that. Expo Floor is where they show all the coolness off, the awesomeness. I'll talk about that. If you want to go and listen to game professionals speak on subjects in your area, I thought that was fun. There was tons to learn, but most of my time I spent networking with people, so the Expo Pass did me just fine. But I have bought the main conference pass, and I've also bought the All Access Pass. And really, the only thing above the Career Center and the Expo Floor that I use, yeah, there's all these other cool things here, but mainly it's hey, you can go to the conference sessions, you can listen to game professionals speak in the game industry about what they've learned and what they have to share. And so that would be the All Access Pass and the main conference pass. There's a huge price difference, though. All Access Pass, yeah, okay, you're not dropping that kind of money anytime soon. But if you do the main conference pass, if you get in soon enough, $1,000. Otherwise, it's $1,400 now. That's not chump change by any means, and that won't get you into that will get you into the conference sessions. But if I was a student just trying to break in the game industry, I'd grab one of these Expo passes, and I'd spend 3 days hard on the GDC Expo Floor and Career Center. I'm going to show you all that in a bit. So there's the student Expo Pass. You're like, oh, I'm a student. If you are a student, that's great. $80. The problem with the Expo Pass, Friday only. The only time you can get on the Expo Floor and the Career Center floor is Friday only, which gives you 1 day to do networking, which is fine, but think about it. It's the student Expo Pass. Every student out there that's eating top ramen for lunch and dinner is going to buy the $80 Expo Pass, and the floor is packed. Friday's just packed. It's a sea of students. You don't want to be trying to compete with those students on Friday. All right? Do yourself a favor. Spend the extra few $100s here. Get an Expo Pass, and then you're not limited to Friday only. You're Wednesday to Friday. You get 2 days ahead of the Friday day. And by the time Friday rolls around, I'm exhausted. I've talked to everybody already. So don't spend your time. If you can only afford the Student Expo Pass, that's fine. But that's Friday only. So I don't recommend the Student Expo Pass because Friday is just it's a crazy day. Everybody's there trying to talk to. And by the way, the people in the booths that are doing the networking, they're exhausted. It's Friday. It's not Wednesday. It's not their first day on the floor. It's their third day on the floor. And they've talked to lots of people. They want to just go home. So they're not going to give you 100%. So I do not recommend buying the Student Expo Pass. I'd spend a few extra $100, get the actual Expo Pass so you can be there Wednesday through Friday. All the conference sessions, all the talks given in this building. When you get to GDC, you actually come in here. There's some doors right there. Let me see if we can actually go there. Drop my little dude here on the street. And, oh, here we go. Yeah. Here's the door. So it'll say GDC conference. They hang these things in the window. You walk in the door and you grab your pass. And then once you've grabbed your pass, you got a few options. You can either go listen to some talks if you bought that really expensive pass, or you can go down some stairs. The stairs will take you down underneath this part of the building, and that is where the Career Center is. All right, I'll tell you how the Career Center works. in another video that I'm going to record this weekend. You can also go underneath the ground here. There's a nice tunnel here, and they sell food there. You go under the ground and over underneath this block here, and it pretty much takes up the entire block underneath the block. This is where the expo is. This is where all the coolness is. All the awesome stuff is in here. This is the reason why you'd go to the game conference if you're just looking for cool, fun things to see, is in there. But when I go, I'm going to network my students and help them get jobs and that sort of thing. So that's what the rest of this playlist is about. I'll tell you everything I've learned at Gaming Developers Conference, how to work the system. I'm just going to post those videos this week, and then we'll be done. We'll move on back to the computer science topics. But the Game Developers Conference is coming up soon. You can see it's in less than a month. So for those of you not planning on going, but you can go, especially if you want to break into industry. If you think, oh, well, I have 3 or 4 years before I graduate, still go. You need to build up those networks and those relationships right now with the people in the industry, so it doesn't hurt to go a few times. And if you can't go, that's fine. Come along for the ride, and I'll show you everything I've learned and what to experience and what to expect when you go to the Game Developers Conference.